Hey, what is going on, Geminis? Butch here. I'm going to do your 1 week read. It is a general read, so it may not resonate with everyone. It is for your sun, moon, rising, and your Venus. For all you cross watchers, roles can be reversed. Always feel free to comment down below. I'm going to be using the Tarot of Dreams. And with all that being said, let's get it. Universe, what message do we have for Geminis? I got a hole in my shirt. It's Sunday, so I guess it's my holy shirt, but love this shirt. Now I gotta get rid of it. Random thoughts. All right, Geminis. So the first thing that I see, Geminis, is I feel like with this person, this is someone I feel like you're already connected to. And I feel like there's a lot of chaotic energy with this person. You know, we have that Tower card. You know, I feel like this person's struggling. You know, I feel like they're struggling. I feel like you're struggling as well, but I feel like they're struggling for a different reason. You know, I feel like there's this hot and cold energy between the two of you. And that's what's causing that chaotic energy with that Tower card. And there's this internal struggle within this person. It may not be what you think it is, though. I feel like this person, they care about you deeply. I mean, they think about you and only you, but they feel like you keep them on the outside. I mean, they want to trust you. They want to trust this connection, but they have a hard time with that. You know, because I feel like, like I said, they feel like you're keeping secrets from them. They feel like you're keeping them on the outside. You know, with that Seven of Swords, those secrets. And the Eight of Swords is that self-imposed prison. They feel like if they're on the outside looking in. And they don't like that feeling. I mean, this person wants to understand you. I don't feel like they completely understand you, and I feel like they want to. But they're not getting anywhere with that. You know, they feel like they're on the outside looking in. You know, they just want in. They're standing at your door, they're knocking, they just want in. But they, like I said, they want to trust this connection. They want to trust how they feel because they have this deep connection to you. I mean, we have the Lovers card, so I feel this deep connection. You know, matched with this Three of Cups. I mean, not only is this your best friend, but this is, you know, your lover. And they want to move forward with you. I mean, they're happy with you from what they can see and what they understand. You know, there's this deep connection that you have with this person, but to be honest with you, I feel like keeping them on the outside is not helping. You know, this person wants in. They want to understand. They want to know you better. You know, this person, I mean, the potential is clear here. You know, they're just struggling. And I feel like that struggle is kind of turning into, you know, some turmoil. You know, we have a lot of fires there. I mean, you could be dealing with a fire sign, and one thing with fire signs is when they're not happy or they're not getting what they want, they have a tendency to lash out. I'm a fire sign, I understand this. When I get frustrated, you know, sometimes instead of getting upset, I'll get angry. And it's not like I'm talking about psychopath anger where they're breaking everything in your house. Like, I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking about, it's like this boiling over where there's short fuses, and you know, just get frustrated really quickly instead of just understanding it and making make sense. I mean, this person wants to know you better, but they don't feel like you're letting them in. They feel like the more they should be getting closer, the further they're getting out. You know, this feeling of feeling defeated, you know, with all those swords in your back. I mean, they want this. They want you. But they don't know if they can trust you because you're not letting them in. You know, I feel like this person has paid dues. You know, sometimes we meet people and we want them, you know, we want to have this deep understanding with our person. You know, a lot of people sometimes are under this delusion that because you're meant to be together that you're going to understand each other right out the start. That's not always the case. You know, sometimes you gotta meet each other halfway. I mean, you shouldn't go all the way for someone, but you gotta meet halfway in some areas. I mean, we're talking about two different people coming together, and I feel like you have your differences, but I feel like your similarities is what bonds you together. You know, and like I said, I feel like this is something that should be progressing in their mind, but it's not. I mean, how this person feels about you, I really don't feel like that should be a question, because I feel like there's this emotional maturity with this person. I feel like they're committed. You know, they want to show up for you. They just don't know how. You know, and that's the thing sometimes, like I said, with relationships, just because you meet the perfect person for you doesn't mean they're going to understand you. Doesn't mean there isn't going to be learning curves. That's not the case. You know, I know in a perfect world, or you watch love stories, everything kind of falls into place, but if you really watch a lot of love stories, there is a little bit of a fight. You know, getting to know each other, understanding each other. It's not about someone understanding you, it's about someone wanting to understand you. Someone putting in the effort to understand you. You know, someone putting you and your feelings, you know, as a parent, as a paramount focus in their life. You know, it's not always the person that understands you the best, it's the person that wants to. You know, a lot of people who maybe understand you better than, you know, people that you're close to, but it doesn't mean that they care more about you. That just means that they happen to be more fluent. But it shouldn't be about who cares the most about you. You know, it shouldn't be who... I might have said that wrong. It shouldn't be about the person that connects with you instantly. It's not always that way. It's someone that puts in the effort, someone that shows up. Because someone that shows up for you will always show up for you. You know, sometimes we have connections with people that aren't good for us, but we feel connected to us, and that's what we call a toxic relationship. You know, sometimes you can meet someone that understands you because they're kind of where you're at, but it doesn't mean it's good for you. I mean, this person knows what they want, and this person is willing to put in the work. You know, they just want the tools. and I don't feel, like I said, I mean, this person doesn't want to give up, and I really don't feel like that's what they're planning on doing. I just feel like they're in a place where they don't understand, and they want to, but they feel like they're fighting a losing battle. I mean, I feel like you're happy with each other, you know, and I feel like you could be even happier. You know, just because someone understands us doesn't mean they're the best thing for us. It's the person that wants to understand us and the person that when they do understand us, they stick beside us. That's what I see with this person. You know, this person wants to be all in. And they're not trying to tie you down. They're trying to open you up. Because you can trust this person. Like I said, they want to trust you, but they just don't know if they can. You know, I feel like you need to be open and honest with this person. I feel like you're going to be surprised what you find. You know, sometimes we have this connection with people and we don't know where to go. We get to a place where we're just like, okay, now it's getting real. Now is a time where, you know, if I open up to this person, if I let them in, what will they do? This person isn't here to hurt you. Quite the opposite. You know, this person wants to be there for you, and they will if you allow them to, but you have to let them in. You know, like I said with that Lover's card, this is not a one-sided connection. I feel like you're connected to this person just as much. And yes, it can be scary. And sometimes we get to a place where maybe we've never been or we haven't been for a long time. And it's hard to open up and it's hard to let someone in. It's hard to trust someone. But if you don't trust anyone, you'll always be alone. Like everything in this person is telling them to keep trying, keep working. I just feel like the frustration gets the best of them sometimes, and I feel like it causes that chaotic energy. I'm not saying this person's perfect, because from what I'm seeing, I feel like this person is getting pretty frustrated, but it's out of love. You know, if they didn't care, they wouldn't get this frustrated. They just walk away. You know, they want to be your person. They want you to be theirs. And this shit can get scary for both of you. Like I said, I mean, we get to a point where, you know, things get real between someone. You know, it's all fun and games when you first meet someone and you have the early stages, the lovey-dovey stages with dates and intimacy and, you know, just the randomness of it all. But then when things get real, that makes and breaks a lot of couples. Like I said, this person wants to understand. I mean, I feel like they understand you to a point, but the things that they don't understand, they want to understand. They don't want to be on the outside looking in anymore. They want to know you. You know, this is the type of person, when you talk, they listen. And like I said, there's a lot of fire here. We got Aries, we got Leo, we got Sagittarius, we got Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. We have some Pisces and some Cancer as well. See, that's what, in a connection, sometimes that can be the problem. You know, we get to a place where things are getting serious. And that's when the fight or flight mentality kicks in. we can go on the very early stages of dating someone new it's generally effortless. But when you get to the point where trust, big words like trust come in, and reliability, and loyalty, and love, when that comes into play, that's when things get serious. And that can be scary as hell. Because once you cross that, there's no easy return. And what I mean by that is once you get into a serious relationship with someone, there's many ways that can end. It can end horribly. It could be in the future, it could be a bad breakup, could be a horrible breakup. There could be shit that happens. It may not just work out. One of you gets hurt. That's another scenario. But sometimes we forget about the third scenario. You're with the right person. You live out your life happy, fulfilled. And it's a scary risk. It's like the game show when there's 3 doors and you got to pick one. But like I said, sometimes people that understand us aren't the people for us. One of my good friends, he met a girl in addiction counseling. And he said he was connected to her because she understood. She went through the same things he went to. She understood the power of drug, the power of addiction. She had her family turn on him like he had his family turn on him. Both of them kind of felt shunned, and they were both kind of found solace in each other. But it was very toxic. Very toxic. And it lasted a few years, and he finally got better, and she never did, as far as I know. But they understood each other. They had a deep connection, but it wasn't a proper connection. It was toxic. They both weren't good for each other. And even though they understood each other better than most, like someone that never went through addiction or never went through being shunned by your family or all these things won't understand what the other person understands. You'll never have that connection. But some connections you don't need. Some connections are detrimental. And I'm not saying that you can't meet someone in that way, shape, or form and it work out, but with them, it was toxic. So just because someone understands a part of you doesn't mean they understand all of you. Just because they can just because they've lived a moment in your shoes doesn't mean they know every step you're going to take. And in their case, they understood the bad side of them, the bad side of each other, and that's where they connected. The real connections are when you meet on the good side. You want to have someone in your life that understands all of you. But you also want someone that when they understand all of you, they stay beside you. When you meet someone, you're not just accepting the good. You're accepting the bad and the ugly. That's what I have for you. Be good. Take care. Stay safe.